The Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Carolina Panthers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Gets past one man, and they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down. But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, you got to understand you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out. Josh Palmer, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. But you look at this defense. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Here is Young. That's taken in. It's Xavier Ligon. That one a first down pickup of 8. Now a give. It's Hubbard going left. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Panthers at 3-4 on the year coming into play. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, They're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here. They go play action. Young checks this down to Hubbard. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now Allen. His throw incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. Here's Allen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Panthers will take over possession here up at the 44. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. Now inside the 25. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Young takes it on the sneak. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal from the 1. Dowdle. And he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now 14-0. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw, it's Allen. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whipped on it. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 3rd and 4. Looking to throw, Young. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. On 4th down, Carolina going to send out Sam Martin to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. And now they'll shift things around. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
So no gain on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Throwing, Young. That one complete to again. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Here's Allen to throw it. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Allen going to change the look here. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Following the interception, Young. He'll find McMillan here. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll make it 2nd down. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. On play action, Young looking for Campbell downfield. Touchdown! A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before half for Allen. And that is incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Third quarter starts with a run by Hubbard. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. Now Young going to fake the end around. He'll throw. Catch made here by, and it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Allen now looks to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Allen going to change this at the line. First down, here's the run with Cook. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 4th down. Running for it, here's Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Young now. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A play fake, now Young. This is caught inside the 15. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. Young will set to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Sanders. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down. Young going to give to Brooks. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Young. His pass caught at the 4. And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Allen going to change it up. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And complete right side to Cook. So nothing doing there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Oh, that held up there a long time, but it falls innocently and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Elijah Moore, 53 yards. And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's starting to look like that three-game losing streak is going to be a thing of the past here. Coming up 1st and 10 in the fourth quarter. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Now a 2nd and 2. Right back to Hubbard. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. Loose inside the 30. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally coughed it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Now Allen. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Derek Brown breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Allen. And now here is another interception. And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
That's caught. It's the tight end Sanders. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 35. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 31. On the give, this is Hubbard. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9. Young off the bootleg. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. On fourth down on is Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
This taken in by Kincaid. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 1. To the air, Allen. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Allen going to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Here's Allen. And my goodness, another interception. And the Panthers will take over here just shy of the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On third down, here's a run by Hubbard. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the fourth quarter. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Allen. And now here is another interception. And the Panthers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
and they take a knee.